up, YouTube? Moderate Mods, and today I'm back with another video here, and we're going to be doing an LED light bar on this 2015 Jeep here. I'm going to be doing the four-wheel drive Kings LED 20-inch light bar, and we're going to be doing it right up underneath the fog light assemblies on that bottom grill there. This kit comes with everything you need, as well as the the hardware, the relays, the switch, all that. It's an all-in-one kit. Awesome. Link is always down below, and I'm going to take you step by step on the install process of this. It's pretty simple, guys. This is going to be the first of many bars to be added to this Jeep, and I hope you guys enjoy this one. So let's get right to it. So first things first, guys, is you want to size up where you want your Jeep, or where you want your bar, I should say. So if you already know the size you're going to get, or you're just going to get a random size, I recommend taking your tape measure and measuring beforehand. Get the sizing you want. So again, this one's a 20-inch here, and I'm going to mount it up right here. This is where they want it, so I'm going to be putting it right there. But you can put these anywhere you want, as long as it's away from heat, in a sense. You can go up in the grill. I just don't prefer grill placing right there, just because of all the elements and everything in between. But so right here is where I'm going to go with this, and it gives me a great spot to run my wire through. Here's the plastic under panel that I can just drop down, tuck my wires up through, drill a little hole or whatever I need to do, get my wires through, run it through all the way into the cab and to the battery as well. So also take into account wire hiding. That's a big part too, if you want it to look clean and flush. But it's a pretty simple process, guys, but the most important part of this entire process is sizing and making sure it's even and exactly where you want it. So what I like to do is just put the brackets on the bar itself, so I can kind of see where I want to size it up at. I can line it up there, and then in my case, there's these little studs right here, and I can perfectly space in between those and then drill my holes and mount to it. So once I got that figured out, I can take a Sharpie or something and just kind of angle it a little, loosen up your nut there, and angle it to where you can access through. Spin it however, it doesn't really matter. And just take a Sharpie or whatever, put a little dot, and then you can drop down, drill your holes, remove the light bar from the brackets, and you want to hang the brackets first. Then you can screw the light bar right back in. So I'm going to take my Sharpie, mark my holes, and then do my drilling. Okay, guys, real quick. So coming up under, I dropped this little plate here. It's held on by 3 push pins in the front and then 2 in the back. But right here coming up, you got your frame bar. I'm going to be mounting into the frame, so I'm going to need metal drill bits, obviously, and I'll be using the bolts that they supply. I'll show you what size I'll be using for the bolts, so you guys will know right offhand with my drill. I'll be drilling into the frame just because it'll be a more solid area. It's flat. I can access it very easily right here, just over top. And up in here, it's all plastic, and there's wiring up in there, so I want to be safe and very cautious. I don't want to damage those. So right there on the frame is where I'll be mounting. So now I'm just going to drill. I made my marks right there, and I'm just going to drill up now. Okay, guys, so I'm going to be using the 1/4-inch drill bit here. I mapped out the sizing, and it's going to be a little bit bigger than the screw, but not bigger than the nut. And you just want to make sure, obviously, you don't drill a hole bigger than the nut, because if you do that, you're gonna have issues. So we're gonna do the 1/4-inch drill bit for both sides, and then I'm gonna insert it in and mount it up, and we're just about done with the mounting process. So it's pretty simple. Okay, and just so you guys can see, there's my hole. Here's my 1/4-inch drill bit, and the screw goes in great and even holds like that. So the washer's just gonna give it even more strength, and went in great, guys. So 1/4-inch drill bit for these babies. Okay, guys, so once you mount it up and hang it, I'll show you here. So you're gonna put your locking washer, frame, this washer, and then the nut for when you're mounting the brackets. When you're mounting to the light bar itself through the bracket, you're gonna put screw, locking washer, then you're gonna put through the metal bracket, and then this, and then right into your light bar here. So coming up under, you can see now that the bracket is mounted, and I got my locking washer, and then above that, I can get you there, is the washer, then the nut. And same on that side, and it's very tight. Might need to grab like a pair of pliers or something to hold the nut while you're screwing it down. It does come with an Allen key to use. I would recommend using that, not a drill, just because, you know, you can over crank things, and this just has to be pretty snug. But it's not moving anywhere. So now I got that. I'm gonna hang up the light bar and see how it looks. All right, guys, so there it is, that 22-inch bar. I keep saying 20, I'm sorry, it's 22 inches. Looks great. It mounted up nicely. It's super snug. I tightened it up, and it's practically, it's not practically invisible, but it's gonna be very visible when you fire it up. But you know, it's tucked up in there. I think it's gonna do great, and it already looks great. But now we're done with the mounting process of it, which is, you know, one of the harder steps. But now we're gonna run our wire here up and through, and the best part is you can you don't got to run much here. We can disconnect this here, and I'm gonna get my panel up, make sure that's good. You want to get it tucked up in all exposed areas like so. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap electrical tape around just to keep corrosion and condensation as far away from these wires as possible. That's just an extra safety step, but I recommend doing that just to keep these protected. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, tuck my wires through, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, guys, now that I have it mounted, connected, I ran the wire, I dropped the wire through the little clip, and I dropped it through here. I ran it down, I zip tied it there, dropped it down, zip tied down there as well, zip tied, tucked it, and now I connected my positive and my negative to my terminals there. I took the engine cover off. Real quick, let's just do a test. Red light. There it is. So now we have power. We're all connected up. Now we got to run wire through. So I'm going to run the wire through and get it into the internals there. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. Okay, guys. So now that we got our power connected, now we're running our wire here. What I have to do is take off this little panel piece here and unscrew this little panel piece here. What that did was free this one up a little bit, and then open this and expose that. So this panel, one right here, is held on by a T40, and then this one over here is a T27, these two screws here. And I pulled that out, pushed it through, unclipped the button, tucked it up, tucked it under here, and now it's good to go. I'm gonna reconnect all those screws there, get this all covered back up, and then we'll show you what is the next step on getting the button installed. Okay, so now that I have the button installed, I'll explain to you what I did here. So I took a 1/2-inch bit, and I just drilled, circled it around. And then as I circled it around, I kept testing to make sure. And then I got it to where it was real snug, and I pushed it through, and it popped it through, and it held it in. So now that the wires are connected in here, you can see, turn it on, boom, you're good to go. Guys, there it is. That was the 22-inch install there, and as you can see, it's bright, it's packing out light. Even in the daylight here, you can see it's beading off the cars great. I can tell it's going to emit a ton of light. They love it, so that's all that matters too. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was easy to follow through install, and like I said, more and more stuff coming to this as well. Thanks for checking out my channel. Keep in touch with the content, you know, all the good stuff in between. And until the next one, guys, peace.